too, man. I hear you. All right, well, gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and send it over to you. It's time to get the action going for the Gosu crew versus Fynd. Take it away.
Thank you, Golden Boy. And of course, it's going to be Answer and Gaskin who are going to be kicking this one off. Gosu crew versus Fynd Gaming. Dan, I'm going to give you the prestigious task of choosing whose point of view we look at first.
Well, I think we'll jump on board with Gosu crew just to start this off. And you can already see camouflage is an instant want, but not too much craziness pushing in for it. I don't know if he got a burn. He did get a burn there. You can see he was waiting a little bit. You don't want to be pushed by those grenades and just get killed instantly. You want to make sure you've got a little bit of awareness and then you can time it and whatnot. But either way, he's kicked it off very slowly as we just jump across now over to Zero.
Zero going to be in a 1v1 battle. Does get the stick and get the trade. And in situations like that where you're down shields, Dan, it's always so important to get those trades just to buy your teammates a little bit of time as they come off the respawn. We're going to go over to Sneaky Brand, though. The man himself is going to be pushing into Pink 2 here. He's getting shot from the carbine side of the map, but does have a teammate with him, Dan. So early on, we're already seeing some teamwork coming out of these two teams.
Yeah, that's the important thing. He was pushing to Pink 2 when he had a teammate to support him as well. If he was pushing on his own, I might have been like, well, I mean, you could at least wait. A lot of times we see people on Truth will just push alone off spawn. And now Sneaky Brand's in a position where his teammates are dying left, right, and center, and he's doing absolutely nothing except staying alive. And literally just wasted a little bit of time, and now the flag's being pulled on the opposite side.
Yeah, that flag isn't going to go too far there. We're going to see Ferro coming off the respawn here. Putting some shots down on that player top middle, so he's going to be taken out of the action momentarily, but just Red X is lighting up in front of him. Does get hit by a grenade as well, so he's going to be very, very weak on shield. He's going to be pushed as well. Once again, does manage to get that trade, however, but it's going to be Triton who's putting the pressure on the base here. He picks up a kill under the base there on Eli Elite. He's going to be shadowing his teammate back here, and this is what we were talking about, Dan, that objective play. One player running that flag, and now we see Triton move to the pink side of the map, and now he's going to try and continue that run.
Yeah, and Triton, you can see he wasn't really pushing straight away for that flag as well. He watched the spawn, and now, unfortunately, he gets a touch, but he's looking for his teammates to try and do something, but people are dying left, right, and center here. Big double coming out of Tech T9 here, and now actually the flag gets returned, and just grenades are pumping every single second. Off spawn, all players are a little bit stagnant at the moment, so they're trying to assert some dominance. You want to be able to push as a 4 rather than have these constant 1 versus 1 battles.
And one thing you do not want to be doing on Truth is getting pumped too hard, Dan, as we're on board with Jurizo here. He's going to be no shields up in the pink tower again, put some shots down on that player in the car egg. He'll be pushing aggressively in. We do see Red X is in front of him as well. It's going to be another kill here, so 2 dead for each team. Gonna have a 1v1 here, just misses that Spartan charge though. He's going to be taken down immediately, and look at this. We'll talk about how important this camo is going to be to control in this series, and we see Gilkey picking up the second one of the game.
Yeah, and it's doing something with this camo as well. You can see he is going to hide away, he doesn't want to get spotted, but you need to get into a position where you can get some important kills from the camouflage. Yes, okay, staying alive is really good, but you want to get those impact frags, those frags that can allow you to pull a flag or allow a teammate to pull a flag, get a really big kill. You want to get 1-0 up in this series. It's still 0-0, everything's still a bit hectic, there's probably still a little bit of nerves, a little bit of jitters in the players as well. Okay, we're in winners bracket round 3, but you're on main stage now, but just as I say jitters, Gilkey's pulling this flag.
Yeah, and that was 3 dead momentarily as well. Gilkey's going to have a fairly clean run across the board. Look at that kill feed in your bottom left. That is going to be lighting up all the colours that Gilkey wants to see because his teammates have picked up 2 kills. He's just going to be able to run this up one home. It's going to be 1-0 here to Fynd Gaming.
Now, I was saying do something with the camouflage, but by staying alive and by just being a bit of a nuisance for your opponent. The Gosu crew, they were very aware camouflage could be behind them, so they were a little bit hesitant to push out the base, and it allowed the rest of Fynd to all push in, pincer as it were, and now they pulled a flag and got a capture because of it.
Brainstorm picks up a double in the feed. We're on board with Eli Elite though. He's going to have a 1v1 here on the car side of the map. He's going to be taken down here with some nice shots from Jurizo. He's going to take him down. Brainstorm now has 2 dots on his radar. He's going to be taken down as well, so death screen, all we're seeing at the moment. Triton getting some help from a teammate there. Brand going to trade that kill out as well. VTech picks one up on Brand. So lots of slaves being picked up here, but no real map control we're seeing here, Dan. Both teams being aggressive on the base, but not being able to secure any sort of clean runs at the moment.
Yeah, that's the thing. Fynd were able to get a flag purely because of that camouflage, to be honest. But everything has been really back and forth. Now, there is another flag being run. I believe Jurizo is trying to run this flag as well across for the Gosu crew. Should be able to put it in if he's got a bit of help. He's choking a few jumps here.
And there's a player in his base as well, Dan, as we see him go up to the ag. That player has managed to stay alive. If he can pick up this kill, actually goes down to his own grenade, but did manage to stick him. That player's going to be taken down. The flag is still alive. in the car attic, but I believe that one might have been returned at the last second there. So we're going to stay at 1-0.
Yeah, it got reset. It was unfortunate he killed himself with a grenade there. Panicked a little bit. Even if he had made the jump, he was probably going to go down because he had no support from his teammates. But now we can see the Gosu crew pushing in. They've got 3 dead, so we want to see them find this 4th kill, stay alive. Now look for the spawns. Communicate with your team. Say, look, they're spawning bubble. This is where we need to look. Make sure they can't get any easy slays on us when we're running this flag.
Very true. The very important round of slays coming up here. Tryon is a key man in this situation. We see 2 kills going down for his team. His teammate is trying to pick the flag up as well. Potential triple kill on the cards here. Runs out of ammo at the last second. Can't quite finish that one off, but his teammate does pick up the flag. This should potentially be a clap here, but something not quite going right here as we see Brainstorm moving in to try and get a touch on that. Teammate does get a touch. He's going to try it up. This could be a secure unless one of these players here, Sneaky Brand, is trying to get in the base, but this is going to be the game tied up at 1-1.
I mean, it's 1-1, but Gosu crew made that so difficult for themselves. There was a lot of flag fumbles whilst running that. I know that it's very dry up here in Denver and there's a lot of cracks in your lips because of everything, but they don't need to be cracks in your gameplay. You've still got to be focused. You've still got to do everything very smoothly. It's Chorizo. His pistol's on form at the moment.
Yeah, and some of the players in this team are getting loud as well. I think there's a little bit of bad blood maybe between these 2 teams from what I can hear outside of my headset. Chorizo picks up another kill there on Gilkey. Going to be a player car one that he's trying to close down on, but VTech's going to clean that one up. It looks like a strong carbine side of the map push here coming in from the Gosu crew. Important job from that player to stay alive. Once again, just buy some time, delaying that potential flag pull that is coming out here, but Chorizo going to be once again putting the pressure on for the Gosu crew. But a good job from Brand there, getting that call out, cleaning up that kill, and buying a little bit of time for his team.
I prefer the Gosu Blue, to be honest. I think they should rename themselves. I think that's something that maybe they should look at.
Trademark.
Exactly.
I'll take it.
You can have it. You'll get a lot of rights, you get a lot of money for that. But now we can see Gosu Crew are really starting to step up their game, but there's still a lot of individual battles being lost by both teams, to be honest. Still a little bit of teamwork needs on both sides, I'd say, but now you can see Gosu Crew pushing in 3 dead, 4 Fynd here.
And look at the damage that Brainstorm's doing here. Took 2 players down to no shields. Only managed to pick up 1 kill out of those 3s, but they were all cleaned up. We see the last player alive here, and the push is coming in from the Gosu crew here onto the Fynd Gaming base. Drops under the base, knows there is a player sitting down there on that toilet. Tries to clean the kill up. However, that player somehow still has managed to stay alive. And in a situation like that, Dan, when the pressure is coming on your base, how important is it just to stay alive?
Really important, and sometimes you do just have to hide in the toilet.
That's
a real life motto, as well as unfortunately Brainstorm can't get the triple, and you can see the flag is pulled, and now it's going to be Tech that's going to run this one as well. But Gosu crew seem to be heating up a little bit, but there's enough from Fynd Gaming to keep this extremely close. There's enough individual presence and pressure to keep this a very tight series, Mark.
Going to be 2 down for either side here. Brainstorm picks up another kill. The flag is away momentarily here for the guys on Fynd Gaming, but it's not in too dangerous a position for them to have to overextend too much just to force that return. They can afford to maybe just let that one come home without them trying to help it along the way. VTech now going to be pushing on the base, and it seems like in the last few minutes, Dan, it's been all the pressure coming in from the Gosu crew, but they haven't been able to get that flag out of the base and get any sort of run really coming.
Well, that's because the spawns are so stagnated at the moment for Fynd. They're just pushing 1 by 1, floating up into the base, trying to win an individual battle, and they are winning those battles. TGC aren't able to find at the moment any 2-on-1 situations and 3-on-1 situations to really enhance the situation for them and allow them to pull a flag. Look how defensive Fynd Gaming are being right now. Sitting in the base, they're being patient. I love this. You've got to push out together, and it's exactly what they're trying to do.
Yeah, but by doing that, it also gives your opposition the advantage of getting halfway across the map, Dan, and putting those shots on to maybe pin you in that base and put you under a little bit more pressure. But they did do a good job, as you say, making that defensive stand in their own base. And now it's the Gosu crew who are on the back foot. It's going to be Brainstorm who's flying down there. He's going to take down VTech. And now we're going to see for the first time in a while, it's going to be the boys in blue who are trying to put a bit of pressure on Gilkey, trying to skip himself up to top mid here, trying to respond to that call out. Finishes off Triton bottom middle. And now we're going to see him desperately trying to stay alive. Grenades are going in to try and back those players up who are trying to finish him off. But he's going to stay alive, and now we're going to see the push come in.
I love this positioning as well from Gilkey. It's always risky being bottom middle, but he was responding to call out so well, trying to finish off his oppositions. Camouflage is coming up. That's why we just see the battle. I'm going to stay on the death screen to see who picks it up, and I believe it was actually the Gosu crew. Brainstorm has picked that one up now, so we want to see a big play coming out from them. This is a massive advantage to have to maybe go 2-1 up in this series.
Yeah, I was going to say exactly that. We've seen so many pushes coming, and that's 3 dead at the right time for them as well. going to be an opportunity for a flagpole here. Not sure why he's taking it car side of the map. Does actually have a teammate there, so responding to a teammate's call out. So he's blocking those bubble spawns. However, he's going to be taken down with that camo. VTech going to be the player here to get a touch on that. And look at this, players coming off the respawn in the right positions for the Gosu crew here. They should have a clean run and be able to put this one home. It's going to be 2-1 now to the boys in red. The Gosu, they go up by 1.
And that's both flag captures now, I think, for Gosu crew that's come out of the camouflage. Yes, okay, the camouflage didn't do anything particularly incredible, but even just pulling that flag and getting out of the base can be enough. But actually, it was Tech here, VTech, just picking up big kills. And now you can hear Gosu crew, they're heating up.
They're getting loud.
They're getting those slays, and they want to push and maybe go 1-0 up here.
Yeah, that was 3 dead. Last player alive is bottom mid. He's going to be taken down as well, eventually, by VTech, who whiffed a few bullets there, but made the all-important shot connect. And that's going to be another kill here, and it looks like another carbine run is coming in here. That's going to be 2 dead as well. Last player alive is actually taken down, so there should be a pretty simple cap if they can get it across the map, thrown to his teammate. He's not actually going to give that cap away. They're desperately trying to get this flag, and it is stopped short at the last second. The players are coming on the pink side, but it's going to be VTech who puts in that last one. And look at these boys giving out some choice words across that stage, Dan, as they take game number 1.
Oh my goodness me. Does his mother know he was saying those words?
We won't tell her.
Be careful, young man. Wow. What a performance, though, from Gosu crew. They were looking a little bit shaky to start with. Of course, we did see Fynd go 1-0 up, but it was maybe because of the camouflage play from Gilkey, just having that pressure. But Gosu crew really turned it around. Fynd were on the back foot so often. I like what they did. They did kind of turtle up in their base. They did choose the right moments to push out, but in the end, the communication and the teamwork from Gosu crew was far superior.
Yeah, I mean, 90% of the game, it seemed like all of the pressure was coming in from the Gosu crew. And it's so difficult when you're constantly coming off respawns and having to fight those battles in your own base on Truth, Dan, because it just means you're basically fighting to then set yourself up for a round of kills to even establish map control. It's not even a fight in the opposition space where you're trying to get that objective and try and create an opportunity to run that objective. It's just defensive fights, and you're on the back foot essentially the majority of the game.
Yeah, and some people would say that maybe Fynd took a little bit long to get out of the base in some situations. I mean, the one time I actually brought it up and we saw that they were turtling back below their window, you were saying, well, you're now allowing your opposition, you're allowing the Gosu crew to get to that halfway point on the map and start putting pressure on you again. But they did pick up some big kills, they were able to push out, but actually they had very little bottom-middle control. We saw Gilkey a couple of times really trying to allow those shots to go across left and right towards Carbine and Pink. But in the end, they just weren't able to get those important slays when it mattered. Yes, okay, they pushed into the base a few times, but there was just general control from the Gosu crew that we saw Fynd really struggling to push back on.
Now, Dan, I don't want to put you on the spot too much here, but from what we saw at the end of that last game, do you feel there might be a little bit of bad blood between these two teams?
I can take a guess that yes.
Stab in the yeah?
I think it's a stab in the dark. There may be a little bit of a rivalry here, maybe some history between these players. I mean, you could take it back to an online scrim, perhaps, where some choice words might have been said across an Xbox Live message, like, I'm better than you, my dad could beat up your dad, that kind of thing.
He probably could.
Yeah, exactly. My dad is pretty strong.
Yeah, he's bigger than you. It's fine.
Most people are bigger.
That's very true. It wasn't probably the best example to give, but I mean, the next game we're going to be moving into, Dan, we're going to have a much slower paced game type potentially here. We're moving over to Eden Slayer. How do you think these two teams, from what you saw on that game number 1, how do you think they're going to match up on this Slayer game type?
Honestly, just from what I saw from Truth, the Gosu crew seem to have more team. I don't want to say more teamwork because that sounds bad. It sounds like the other team doesn't have teamwork, but they seem to be on the ball when it mattered. When it was slaying and it was spawn killing, etc. They were really on the ball, whereas Fynd really struggled when it came down to those crunch moments. And yes, okay, Truth was very hectic. It was all over the place. Eden can sometimes do that as well. However, I feel if Gosu crew slow this one down and they really get like a 5 to 10 kill lead, then Fynd I think are going to struggle. I was going to say Fynd are going to find themselves struggling.
You should have said it.
Well, I didn't really want to say
you
Fynd
believe
twice.
in yourself next time, Dan.
I will.
That was a brilliant sentence, and I'm not disappointed in you. I just feel like you could have done better. But as I say, one thing that's going to be interesting to see, we're going to see the sniper rifle in play for the first time in the series here. Any players popping out at you that you want to see the weapon fall in the hands of, or do you think it's going to be a case of whoever picks it up, they've got to do a job with it?
VTech was really turning up in that game, and I think you could put any weapon in his hand at the moment and he would be able to kill everything in his sight. So I'm looking forward to seeing what VTech can do, but I think this is a good chance now for Fynd Gaming to turn up, really show what they're made of. last game was a bit all over the place. Try and get a little bit more structure about yourselves, and maybe you'll have a better time.
And just remember, this is the best of 5 now, so more Halo to come in this series. We're going to start it off with VTech, though. That overshield, I'm not sure if anyone has managed to get that in their hands. It's actually Jurisso here, who has managed to secure the first overshield of the game for the Gosu crew. Gilkey has found himself a sniper rifle, and he's going to tag Jurisso, taking a lot of that overshield off. And look at this, only one engagement, and his overshield has already disappeared.
Yeah, Gilkey was able to get that sniper early, and he got some big kills as well with it. And now Gosu crew, they're losing, they're 3-1 down, and we'll switch over to Gilkey and see what he's able to do. He's got a good concentration face. I love to see a good concentration face, and that's why, because he can hit shots with the sniper rifle. And you can see how he's positioning himself here as well on set. He's making sure he's got teammates within a certain distance, so that if he does come under fire, he has a little bit of support. Now they've all left him a little bit, so he does need to be careful where he's moving and positioning himself. But thankfully, there was a spawn teammate who can just make sure they're there. But a 7-3 lead now. Sniper does go down. You can see that TGC really wanted to get rid of that sniper before they pushed out too much.
Yeah, very true there. I feel a little bit sorry for Gilkey. They hit a couple of nice shots, but teammates weren't doing a good enough job, in my opinion, of quite controlling that tower and just allowed that player to push across top catwalk and take him down before he could even get a shot back in anger. So VTech's now actually going to pick up that sniper from Gilkey's body. We're on board with Triton, though. He's going to be sat on the sneaky here. Looks like they're trying to formulate a push. There's 3-kill difference, made that a 4-kill difference, and now the push is coming in. Triton takes down Eli, and he's going to be pushing on the blue pad, trying to find any other players that might be skedaddling about in this alley. Going to be taken down to no shields, though, but the push pretty effective so far. Somehow he's managed to stay alive. He's going to have a 1v1 here with Gilkey. Gilkey's going to win that one, but VTech does trade out that kill.
I hate it when people skedaddle down the alley. That's one of my least favorite things that happen.
It's a terrible
in life. But I love what I just saw from Gosu crew. VTech had the sniper rifle, and he was going down. He waited, he hid a little bit, and he communicated with his team, and all of them instantly swarmed into that base to try and support him. They've got the sniper rifle back, I believe, but VTech just went down once again. But look at this time now, because you're going to see power-ups starting to spawn very shortly.
Yeah, this overshield fight is going to be important, but that's going to be the overshield going into the hands of Fynd Gaming. Not sure who actually picked that one. It was Eli Elite who's got that overshield, so he's going to pick up a kill of his own while using that overshield. And look at this, not just a kill, it's going to be potentially 2. Takes his player down as well, Eli Elite, but does get taken down. So a 2-for-1 trade with that overshield. Once again, we're not seeing that overshield be too effective in the game as far as kills for that particular player are concerned.
Now, something I didn't mention that I judged from Truth CTF was the individual performances and the individual battles that actually Fynd Gaming were winning. We were saying every time the base was pushed, they turtled up and they were able to get those important kills. Now we move into a Slayer game, it seems like they are winning those individual fights. They're getting those kills that really matter, and they're being rewarded with power weapons like the sniper rifle. So we want to see Sneaky Brand hit some shots, which he does, but that sniper rifle is now running out of ammo.
Yeah, 2 dead here for the guys on the Gosu crew. They are down in this game by a few kills as well. The new sniper rifle is coming out. One player desperately tried to jump in for that. Got to question that play a little bit, especially when all players seem to be alive on the map. You're not going to be able to just jump straight in for a power weapon down and pick that one up without having some angry opposition looking at you for that. Sneaky Brand doing a good job here, and look at this kill differential between these two teams right now. Gaskin has extended, and not only that, Eli Elite has found himself a sniper rifle as well, so even more opportunity for them to just stretch this lead here on Eden.
Now, I'm glad that Fynd do have this lead, because I was worried if Gosu crew got a lead like this, then it could get a little bit out of control, but there's a message there from Hello T Squared.
He's not here.
As Fynd Eli hits
onset
another shot, and they're 25-17 up now. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Fynd. They're controlling this, they're being patient, they're working around the power weapons, working around this sniper rifle, and I wouldn't be surprised if they start to kind of rotate together around the map just for this next overshield that'll be spawning in about a minute.
Yeah, and as you can see here, a player is doing a better job here for Eli Elite of just controlling that tower, making sure that if any players do push into that tower area, that he's going to allow him to do exactly this, just to rotate away and get some easy lines of sight, as he nearly picks up a beautiful double kill there as he takes that player down to no shields with a no scope. But look at it again, Dan. The differential in kills slowly extending, and Eli Elite is going to pick up himself an overshield for good measure as well. Picks up the kill on Brainstorm, looks for the no-scope. Can he hit this player here? Trying to sneak around on the red bend. He cannot, but it's going to be a 9-kill lead here. Overshield and sniper in Eli Elite's hands. He's got to do some business right now for his team.
Eli Elite is just firing sniper rifles at every molecule that he sees at the moment, and he just so happens to be hitting players as well. Doesn't finish him enough.
Eli!
He does. The overshield just about saved him there. It did look like he was going to get out pistol, but thankfully this is now a 12-kill lead for Fynd Gaming. And look at these rotations, Mark. They rotated perfectly for that overshield, and now they're stuck here by the turbine, but it doesn't matter because they have such control, and I think Eli Elite should probably turn his messages off after this game.
Yeah, we'll relay that information to him, but I think he's not too bothered. Doesn't seem to be too distracted at the moment, as he seems to be picking up headshots and overshields and all sorts of goodies. 33-21 the score. We have just under 7 minutes left on the clock as well. It's going to be Sneaky Brand here set up on this red nest with the light rifle, just going to be laying down some shots. This light rifle, Dan, as we know, just destroys shields so quickly. 2 bullets and you are going to be taken down to no shields whatsoever, which just allows your teammates to just swoop in, pick up those easy one-shots and extend that lead even more. And I like what I'm seeing here from Fynd Gaming. Even though they do have a substantial kill lead at this point in the game, they're not overextending for any kills. They're waiting for their opposition to come to them.
I mean, this is exactly the reverse of what I expected to see in this game. I thought it was going to be Gosu Crew with this amount of control, but it really isn't. We've just seen an incredible start from Fynd Gaming. They were able to get those overshields, get those sniper rifles as well. Now with 5 minutes left, is that 6? I can't even read nowadays. 6 minutes left in the game, so that means the new overshield will be coming up in about 30 seconds as well. So expect to see teams rotating around. Eli Elite still has this sniper rifle, by the way.
Yeah, 37-25. Sniper rifle still in Eli Elite's hands. Overshield's going to be popping as well, so keep an eye out on all 8 POVs, if you don't mind, Gaskin, to see who one picks that one up as well. Going to have a player putting some shots down on him from that blue plat area. Now going to be rotating towards his teammate. And I like what I'm seeing here from Eli Elite. He knows that he has to try and secure that overshield, because that is potentially going to be his opposition to the Gosu Crew. The only way back into that game, but it is going to be Brainstorm who manages to pick that one up. It is a 10 kill difference here. Triton has that sniper rifle, so there might be an opportunity here as we see Brainstorm aggressively pushing on these players. He knows how important it is to get that weapon back in there.
Yeah, but I'm glad he backed off a little bit here. He thought about chasing that one, but now he's getting drilled in the backside and needs to be careful with what he's doing. He doesn't want to throw away this overshield and this advantage. He's waiting for some teammates to try and help him, but you're right, Mark. Overshield and sniper rifle, this is a good chance for Gosu Crew, and that's why we see Fynd Gaming turtling back a little bit. They don't want to push out, give away any unnecessary deaths here. So actually it's going to be Gosu Crew are going to have to take the initiative. They're going to have to push in, but all of that overshield has been chipped away, and Brainstorm didn't even get a kill for it.
Yeah, you have to say, huge props here to Fynd Gaming. Taking that overshield out of the game completely. Not even one kill traded in this entire period of time while they've had that sniper rifle and why they had that overshield. So now it's going to be up to the Gosu Crew to get a little bit more creative with their push potentially here. Looks like they could be waiting for a pick. I'd like to go over to Triton here because he still has that sniper rifle in hand. See if he can maybe pick one kill off here for his team. Try and formulate a push from there. He's trying to pick up some sneaky angles, trying to see if any players are popping. But at the moment, the guys from Fynd Gaming, they're not playing peekaboo, Dan.
Yeah, Fynd Gaming are more than happy to wait for this, and it feels like Gosu Crew are saying, well, we have enough time to work with here. New overshield's going to be up in about 30 seconds, so we can wait here on Turbine. If they then push out, we have the sniper rifle to watch it, but they need to stick together and not get picked off like they are at the moment. Gilkey picked up a big trade there, and now Triton's going to be pushed with his sniper rifle. Needs to back off if he can't find any good frags, but he does pick up one, looks for a second, eventually falls, Mark.
Yeah, I would have liked to see him back up there. He only has a few kills to play with left in this game with this Sneaky Brand. Find for that overshield again. It's going to be another player. It's going to be Drisso taken down. Gilkey with a double kill here. He has the sniper rifle as well. Any players, we're going to try and push. He's going to be under pressure. Can he hit a no-scope here? He cannot. And it's going to be the overshield potentially going into the hands, but that might have actually been burned. Not sure if anyone has actually managed to pick that one up, or if it has even popped at this point. Drisso here going to be a 1v1 battle, whips a few shots, and he's going to be taken down by Eli Elite. Just 2 kills to go here for Fynd Gaming to tie the series up at 1-1. This is looking like we're going to have a series on our hand, Dan.
We are, and there we have it. Just a little pump of the chest. Let them know who you are. Let them know that you're back in this series. Let's go, baby!
Let's go, baby! There's the gang signs. Don't know what that means.
I do. But it's not appropriate for this broadcast.
Well, let's keep it to ourselves then, and let's pretend it means let's go for a cup of tea after this series. But looking at the statistics here, oh, I mean, we talked about him before the series, putting in a big performance. 18-5 from Eli Elite. That's a decent line.
I feel a little bit sick just seeing those stats. But I mean, I'm not surprised. It will be fine, thankfully. He had the sniper rifle for, I don't want to say the entirety of the game, but for the majority of the game, and he was positioning himself so well with his teammates that he was picking off kills very comfortably. He also picked up an overshield that he was rewarded with because of his control of the map. He also got message from a guy called Hello T Squared, so I mean, everything was going for him in that game. It was great.
Yeah, it was very, very true, and I have to say, the difference for me was how quickly they learned from when the difference between the two teams, one thing that stood out for me as far as we talk about communication and having a setup, if you like, on a map like Eden, a slower paced game type, is the difference between when Gilkey had the sniper rifle at the start of that game on the blue plat. He had it taken out of his hands almost immediately from a strong push through that tower. However, on the other side of things, when Eli Elite had it, they learned from it very quickly. They corrected their mistakes, they protected that tower, and even when that player was taken down, it allowed Eli Elite to rotate away, knew where the pressure was coming from, and hit some shots on those players trying to push.
I would have liked to have seen a little bit more from Gosu Crew when they regained the control of the map. They got the overshield, and they made Fynd Gaming turtle up into that base, and Gosu Crew just sat there, they waited, and they said, okay, we're down by 10 kills, let's wait for the next overshield, or let's wait for them to come out. But instead, a little bit of initiative, maybe go for a pincer play, 2 players push through from the bend, 2 players push through from the other side, and then see what can happen, try and get some kills, try and get all 4 dead, and then rotate back round to the overshield. It seemed like they were a little bit timid, a little bit scared. It didn't seem like the same squad we just witnessed on Truth, but I very well think we have a series on our hands now.
Yeah, we definitely do. As we say, tied up at 1-1. If you're just joining us, let us know who you think is going to win this series. Use that hashtag HCS or let us know in the chat as well. Gosu Crew versus Fynd Gaming, tied up at 1-1. But now, Dan, we're moving into some Strongholds action. We're going over to Plaza, baby, for game number 3.
Plaza Strongholds is one of those maps that can really make or break a team as well. I feel like if you want to judge a team on how good they are, watch them on Plaza Strongholds. I think it's one of the best game types to really demonstrate your teamwork, your coordination, and your skill, as it were. And I would be saying, this is a hard one to call. If we were judging this off the Truth performance, I was saying, yeah, okay, I think Gosu Crew should have this. But then we look at how that Eden Slayer played out, and it's like, well, Fynd just turned up. Eli's hitting shots left, right, and center. If Fynd can carry on the slaying power that we just witnessed, then they should be in with a good shout of winning this game.
Yeah, and one thing that's always important on Plaza Slayer, and I think is going to be so vital at the start of this game, is what team is going to get out to a hot start and get control of that camouflage. Because I feel like a hot start here, if one team gets control, potentially total control off of a strong start, it's such an unforgiving game type, Plaza Strongholds, that could spell doom almost immediately.
And how do you spell doom? D-O-O-M. If you were wondering, people probably weren't wondering, but you know, you can say it anyway. As Eli is just pushing straight into bottom mid as he wants help from his teammates. He didn't go straight across as I thought he might to try and flank round and maybe go for Nest first, but instead, they've clearly set a plan as they want bottom mid early, but unfortunately, they've been contested quite well.
Yeah, Jurissa doing a good job there. Did drop down, clean that player up on the driveways, trying desperately to stay alive, but he's not going to be able to get the capture on that bottom mid stronghold. So we're seeing the classic start here. Bottom mid actually goes into the hands of the Gosu Crew here. So that all-important bottom mid stronghold, which is so difficult to pierce back out of the hands of the opposition, but it's going to be early control here onto the hands of Fynd Gaming. Look at this, triple cap early on. It's only going to be momentarily though, as we see the yard taken back. Sneaky Brand going to have a field day here, sitting up top mid. Players charging in bottom mid recklessly there. They're going to be taken down. It's going to be like shooting fish in a barrel there. They're going to be taken down, but a push once again coming in a bottom mid now. We're seeing it turned over back to the Gosu Crew.
Yeah, Gosu Crew did really well actually to get out of yard there. I know it wasn't like a lot of control that we saw from Fynd. It was kind of a total control that just was one of those things that just happens in front of you as VTech eventually gets that kill. Maybe you could have got it if he had hit that shot. But either way, it was a good push out from the Gosu Crew, and now they're starting to get back into this game early on as well. As plug your controller back in, buddy. There we go. We're all on board. And can you finish a kill afterwards? Well, there you go. You can just plug a controller in and you'll be fine.
Halo 101. I mean, that's the best trash talk you can probably give. Not even talking, just turn your controller off.
Yeah.
Still win the game.
You
Try it on.
need it.
Picks a big kill up. Decides to disconnect his
We'll
controller. Let's have a look at someone else whose controller is fitted with an adequate USB cable. And it's going to be Eli Elite, the man who went off in the last game. And a perfect kill coming in on Triton there is going to help his team's cause. At the moment, once again, it's the guys on the Gosu Crew who are scoring. But as I say that, a big double kill coming in from Brainstorm is going to turn control back over. And Fynd Gaming, they're going to be scoring, but as I say that, it's flipped back the other way, Dan. These two teams are going back and forth, but neither of them seem to be able to hold control for too long.
Oh, well, what Fynd did there is they rotated around saying, okay, we should be able to pick up yard and then maybe we can push out, but they were a bit late to push out. They kind of got yard and they just sat there and then spawned the rest of their teammates in yard as well, and then they got stuck, and now Gosu Crew have true control of this map, and you can see how they are using that to their advantage as well. They're pushing in, they're working as a team, and they have a camouflage as a good old juicy reward. And now VTech can have a little bit of fun here and sneak around and maybe pick up some big kills.
Yeah, Ferro does pick up an entry kill here for the guys in red. It's going to be VTech here who's just playing this one. I like this one. He knows that the guys from Fynd Gaming are going to be pushing bottom mid. Oh no, that didn't go too well. He's going to be taken down. That's going to be 3 dead for Fynd Gaming. I like the play, but the first thing you got to do, Dan, you got to get your kills, and he did not in that situation. And look how quickly this has turned around now. Bottom mid control goes into the hands of Fynd Gaming, and now Sneaky Brand is going to be sat up on the light rifle here in this sneaky spot, and all of these players, they're going to be flooding under him. You can see his radars lighting up like Christmas. He should have a field day here. Can he clean this kill up though? No, but does a good job of staying alive.
It just needs to stay alive. But what was that camouflage play? I mean, either charge up the plasma pistol or go for the backpack or something. Just trying to use it as a pea shooter was abysmal, to be honest, as we now have a battle in the yard, but it is going to be Gosu crew who are going to win that one. So they keep control of it, but now they're stuck here. They need to push out. They've got 1 kill, so they do have numbers advantage. It does mean they can push out successfully, but they just need to choose their angles, make sure you're pushing in the right places, which it looks like they are, because Eli falls as well.
And I wanted to ask you, Dan, you say they got the first kill there in that 4v4 situation. Explain to some people who might be a little bit newer to Halo how important that is and how vital that is for allowing your team to try and establish a push on map control and get some control back for your squad.
Well, numbers advantage is always an important thing. 2 is always better than 1, but you can look at it as any game that we see in esports at the moment. Team fights are so important. If you have that extra man, you're of course going to have more shots going from more places, and you're going to win these battles. So if you can find that first pick, that first frag, then you can push in, and then you can make sure that the rest of your team can push with you. And usually the numbers advantage helps. Of course, that doesn't happen with less skilled teams, but for the top teams, you'd like to think it's going to happen.
Fynd Gaming pick up a couple of kills here, and they're going to be able to potentially change over control. That's going to be 3 dead here for Fynd Gaming, so Gilkey and the squad going to be able to pick up that bottom mid stronghold here, and I'd like to see one of these teams now for the first time in the game. We can see Gilkey burn that camo as it pops up there, but actually establish a run of point scoring here. We've seen control flip back and forth between the two teams, and I wanted to ask you, Dan, why exactly you think that is?
Because they're both pretty messy, to be honest. There isn't a lot of teamwork. There's a lot of
energy,
there's a lot of energy and mental game. There's a lot of passion going into that, and sometimes when you communicate a bit too much and there's a little bit too much energy, your playstyle is affected by that because you're just running around like mad chickens. But it seems to be working for Fynd Gaming. We're up to 55 points. They've got total control as well. So if they can now get the Gosu crew off spawn, keep slaying them, keep being effective with the positioning, potentially they could take game 3 here.
Yeah, and Ferro's going to have a potential flank on these players here. As we see, he's going to take down 1. That's going to be 2 dead. Ferro going to have an opportunity to put the pressure back on. Last 2 players alive should be coming off the respawn potentially in blue. Teammate Gilkey picks up another one. Look at this, a triple cap for the first time in, the second time in the game, but this is the first period of play we've seen one of these two teams just hold down control for a majority of this game, Dan.
Holding down control indeed, but I think actually we might have a controller issue, as it seems to be going so well for Fynd Gaming, but one of their players is really struggling with their controller, and that is an unfortunate thing to happen, but at the same time, they still seem to be finding these kills. It doesn't even matter, it's 3 versus 4, and they're still winning battles. Eli Elite is trying to stay alive, though, trying to get this bottom mid. It's a really important fight now that he needs to win.
Yeah, it's going to be much better off himself as well if he puts his hands back on his controller instead of up in the air, even though they might be in a difficult position as far as the controller problem might potentially be aware. He's going to be taking on Triton. VTech does have that shotgun, and that shotgun can be so deadly, and there it is. The game is going to disappear from our eyes just as it was getting good, Dan. What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive indeed, and that game was heating up. We will get admin ruling, of course, to see what happens, but I imagine it'll be some form of continuation. Just a little bit of a player issue, unfortunately, of course, does happen. Even with the best technology these days, everything can go wrong. Thankfully, all I'm happy with is that technology in planes are good, Mark, because we fly out here and we make it.
We made it, and what a flight it was, Dan. Wasn't it a lovely time?
No, it was the worst plane I've ever been on in terms of screens. It was actually a 4x3 screen. I wanted to just crack out my original Xbox and play Halo 1 on it.
You do realize how entitled you sound right now?
Very, yes.
Yeah.
But,
are you happy with that?
Yeah, I'm all right with that.
Absolutely fine then, no problem. I just wanted to make you aware. Just, you know, if you weren't comfortable with it, I just needed to cut you down there. But I want to talk a little bit about that last game we saw. Unfortunately, cut a little bit short, Dan, just as it seemed to be heating up for one of these teams. But that was the first time we really saw some control from one of those teams there. Why do you feel that these two teams are so scrappy? Is it a communication issue, or is it one of those situations where these two teams might not be quite as drilled and practiced in certain situations?
It's also because they're quite evenly matched in terms of skill. It doesn't matter how well drilled you are, how well practiced you are. If you go up against a team that is so similar, you can just get in caught of this stalemate, which is just pushing off spawn and having these individual battles. Okay, it doesn't happen at the top of Halo. When you get 2 of the best teams competing, you usually go from setup to setup. You go from team fight to team fight. It's less scrappy, but that is just because they've been in this position a number of times, whereas some of these players wouldn't have necessarily been in this position before, where they're going up against a team that are quite similarly matched, where it's getting a little bit heated. You expect most of them have, but every position changes. Every instance, every situation can be so different. And our top players have been through everything, but some of these amateur players, they're still learning.
It's very, very true. If you are just joining us, however, sorry to say, we are waiting for a little bit of a ruling on the game that just dropped in the background there. I think we had a little bit of a tech issue. We don't want to talk about it too much because that game was getting good. But this series, Dan, overall has been very closely contested. It is tied up at 1-1 between the Gosu crew and Fynd Gaming. But Dan, I want to talk a little bit more about the tournament as a whole.
Okay.
We're here at DreamHack Denver.
Yes. Oh, was that a question?
No, we are. No,
Oh, okay.
Stop. That's fine. You got it right.
Yep.
And of course, we're here at the full season final. So let's talk a little bit about your predictions, maybe for the entire tournament. Don't want to like go too early and call out winners. But who do you think are going to be the teams that are going to be pushing towards the end of the tournament? Who do you expect to see in that sort of winners bracket final?
I mean, it's hard not to look at the likes of Optic and Envy. There's a lot of talk about Splice after their performance in Atlanta. Okay, they didn't have the best Pro League performance that they would have liked coming off the back of winning a tournament, but they looked like Lanimals when we last saw them in tournament play, Splice, so I'd be expecting to see them do similar things at this event. Whether they're going to be able to topple the giants of Optic will remain to be seen, but I'm definitely expecting those three to be up there. But there's any team that we could be looking at, to be honest. There are such powerhouses at this tournament.
Yeah, and one team that seems to be going below the radar a little bit, it used to be the conversation about top four. It would be Optic, Envy, Splice, Liquid. Liquid haven't been talked about in that conversation so much at the moment, but they have looked pretty strong. And I know whenever you speak to the Optic players, you ask them about their opinions and who's going to be up there, they always mention Liquid. So why do you feel like they might be sort of flowing a little bit below the radar?
It can just happen. Sometimes when you have like some bad online performances, you can get kind of stuck in a rut a little bit and you really struggle. But hopefully we won't see those struggles happen when we get into tournament play. But I believe we are going to head back into this game now. So it is 1-1. We are jumping into game 3, which is going to be Plaza. And I believe Gosu crew need 100 points.
100 points.
And for the other side, for Fynd, they need
75, I believe. 75. I might stand corrected on that one, but let's see exactly what happens anyway. It's going to be a complete reset. It looks like no players from the blue team are moving, Dan.
Yeah, you don't need to. No,
we're
not jumping in. Yeah,
we're not jumping in quite yet, are we?
We're not getting into it. Just
we're getting ahead of ourselves.
We can go back to the
point.
And
I keep saying we because I'm saying it's just.
It's just you. But I will ride the wave with you. I'll be along with you for this whole journey. All right, Mark? No, I won't. I'll be here for you the whole time. I'll jump back to your point though about teams and who we think is going to make it in the championship bracket. But we've got to think about the open bracket here and who's going to be making it into that championship bracket. And there's been a lot of speculation about European teams. And well, considering we're from Europe, maybe we should actually answer said speculation.
Yeah.
Who are going to be those teams that are going to be able to make it to championship bracket? Are Vexed going to be able to turn up? They've made it to winners bracket round 3 as far as I'm aware. Last time I saw they were winning 1-0 in winners 3, so they might be in winners 4 by this point. So we will get an update as soon as possible about Vexed. But these European teams are looking hot. They look like they want to play. I mean, I don't know about XL. They struggled earlier, of course, but the rest of them are looking very confident.
Yeah, it's very true. And I think, the guys coming over early and talking about this when they were practicing at the LAN center and getting the opportunity to play against some of these North American pro teams and just getting used to playing against those play styles is so invaluable for these guys. We always ask, how do we close the gap between European Halo and NA Halo? And my answer always is, they need to play the best teams better. The only way to get better is to play people better than you. And you can see, there's been some murmurings from some of the North American pro players saying, these guys are actually pretty good. Usually it's sort of like, oh, we'll play the EU guys, it's a kind of a pity scrim. But now it's kind of like, yeah, you know what? These guys are actually pretty good. And in my opinion, I believe that Team Infused are carrying the hope here for Europe. I believe a minimum finish for them right now at this tournament at DreamHack Denver is top 8. But I'm going to put myself out on a limb here and think they could potentially get top 6.
It would be incredible for them, and that pressure is only going to be on their shoulders as well. It's going to be saying, we're expected to do something here. Atlanta was a massive disappointment for Europe, but we don't need to speak about Europe anymore because I think,
fingers crossed,
and I hope, I'm going to cross my fingers, cross my toes that we are going to jump back into this Plaza game. So clarification, Mark, how much do these teams need to win?
It's Gosu crew who need 100, and it is going to be Fynd Gaming who need 75 points. And not only that, Dan, it's tied up at 1-1 in this series, and it's game number 3, the reset They said it couldn't happen twice, Dan, but here we are. And it's going to be early pressure on bottom mid. Once again, coming in from the Gosu crew, but it's going to be Fynd Gaming's Eli Elite who picks up the first kill of the game. And look at the swarm now. Brainstorm, all he can do at this point is just desperately trying to stay alive.
Yeah, trying to stay alive, but does actually pick up some big kills as well. Make that 4, so early control from the Gosu crew after the restart. They clearly felt bottom mid was the most important stronghold to go for, and now it's going to be, well, what do we prefer next? Is it Nest? Is it Yard? And of course the answer is Nest, because now you trap the opposition team into that Yard, and Brainstorm is going to wait like a little sneaky beaver here to try and finish anything that walks into his path.
Yeah, he really needs to reload his pistol though, because he had no bullets to work with there. Does clean up the kill there on that player. He's going to find another one. Tryon actually comes in and gives him some help on that one. So the first 2 kills going down in a Strongholds game type, when you're protecting those Strongholds, Dan, so vital, as it means those other players are going to be in a 4v2 situation, going to be getting control so much harder. It's getting control back so much harder for them, sorry, as I put my teeth back in. Tryon going to pick up another kill here, and all the players now coming off the respawn, they're going to be trapped in that Yard, Dan, and this should be points racking up on the board here for the Gosu crew.
It's okay, the air is dry here in Denver, your lips get chafed.
I get lightheaded.
It's okay that you get lightheaded, we'll be alright. But speaking of being lightheaded, it's definitely not for the Gosu crew, because they are dominating this game at the moment, and actually Brainstorm has just been floating around everywhere on the map, while the rest of his teammates are actually falling like flies. But if he can stay alive, pick up a kill here or there we have it. That's the kill that he needed to pick up, because he can still keep an eye on this bottom middle. Fynd Gaming haven't been able to contest it whatsoever, because they've had such trouble pushing out this Yard. They've tried pushing through Cafe, it hasn't worked. They've tried pushing round through the bend, it hasn't worked. Everywhere they go, they're being greeted by the Gosu crew.
Yeah, it's not looking good at the moment for them. They're down by 26, but only 26 points at the moment. Of course, the Gosu crew do need 100 points to win this game in this replay. But they have made a very strong start here, and they're just going to be cleaning up all of these kills bottom mid here. Misses that Spartan charge, though. Can he finish the kill? He cannot. Pharaoh picks up a double kill bottom mid here, and not only that, I believe he's managed to get control of bottom mid, so a whiffed Spartan charge there, costing the guys on the Gosu crew control of that bottom mid stronghold.
And this is the shift of momentum that Fynd needed as well. They finally broke that setup. They're finally in total control, but they are fooling. But Sneaky BR is being sneaky with a shotgun instead, as he's going to lift up, and he's going to have a great big surprise for whoever's waiting in Nest here. If he can find him, his sense is too slow. There, eventually picks up the kill. That would have been absolutely awful if he hadn't got it, but
yeah, that would have been difficult to watch, but it was momentary total control for Fynd Gaming. They're working their way back into this one. Eli Elite, once again, starting the kill process here for his team by picking one up, 18-32. Of course, this thing to remember as well is Fynd Gaming only needs 75 points, Dan, so has to be almost perfect Halo in this game from the Gosu crew if they want to take it, but Fynd Gaming, they've got a little bit of leeway in this one after their hot start in the last game. Push comes in on bottom mid. Gosu crew going to take control of it. Desperately trying to fight these players out, and they do get the reset on bottom mid as well. So the Gosu crew are going to be scoring. They do have that poor man setup, however, the Yard and bottom mid. So it's going to be interesting to see, do they choose to push to the Nest now, or do they choose to defend what they have?
That was such a big fight as well for Gosu crew to win. Both teams off spawn were just pummeling that bottom middle, trying to push in, trying to win that fight, but it was the Gosu crew who gets it, and now we see 3 down for Fynd as well. They're starting to rack up these points. After this restart, Gosu crew have looked so different. Their teamwork has looked really on point, and now they have total control as well. They're going to lock Fynd down in this Yard, and it looks like Brainstorm is hungry. He's going to be pushing in, which I love. Get behind them. As long as you pick up the kills, you can get it as well. But where's he gone? Finally, he finds him.
Everything's good, and that's going to be 3 dead. So a strong push coming in here once again from the Gosu crew. They went total control back, and they are going to get it. Last player alive there is going to be trapped in blue, so his teammates are going to be respawning probably near that hotel area, like maybe bottom of that lift. As you see, Brainstorm set up here. He is waiting for any of those players to push across. Has that rifle in hand as well, so it's going to be difficult to challenge him off of that glass. But Fynd Gaming somehow picking up 2 kills here, Dan. They're going to have the opportunity to maybe push on that Nest, and they're making a push on bottom mid now. Yeah,
they've taken a while to push out, but they are doing it well. When they do choose to push out, they're breaking the setup successfully. But now they're really nuisance that's been in the. It's been like a thorn in the side. Has been Brainstorm, but finally he goes down. He's been alive for quite a while now, and Fynd just haven't been able to discover where he is and been able to finish him off. And it's been a real shame. But now everything's getting hectic once again in bottom middle, and whichever team comes out on top here should be able to get a little bit of control. But it's Gosu crew picking up the kills once again on set.
Yeah, vital kills as well, because it's going to get them the reset on that bottom mid, and it's going to allow them access to that Nest as well. They are going to lose the Yard here. As you can see, players, that's going to be 3 dead. However, they're going to get control of that Nest 2 players, but nice communication there. As we see, Brainstorm pushing out, deciding not to cap that one because he knew 2 of his teammates were there. So now he's going to put the pressure on the respawn here. Should have an easy kill, but doesn't have any ammo in his gun to finish that one off. Going to be challenging him now, but doing a good job of staying alive once again. Going to be a player below him. Does manage to get the trade, so a vital trade there. Going to stop the push coming in, and at 77 points, 100 points to win here for the Gosu crew. They're looking good right now, Dan.
They are, but if they do lose a setup maybe once, then we will see a potential chance for Fynd to get back into this. But Fynd are really struggling to pick up those significant kills after they do break this setup. We've just seen so much dominance from Gosu crew down at bottom middle, and Fynd have really struggled because of that.
85-30 the score. The boys in blue only need 75 points, but they are down at the moment. It's going to be the Gosu crew who once again pick up 2 kills to start this one off. Last 2 players are desperately going to be trying to cap bottom mid. Triton doing his best to keep them at bay, keeps his shields as well. Brainstorm going to clean one of those up for him as well, so it's going to be them coming off the respawn. That's going to be all dead as well momentarily. 92-30, Dan. One more potential push here coming in from Fynd Gaming, but to me, Dan, this looks like it could be all she wrote.
Yeah, this is going to be a real struggle now. We're at 95. Yard is reset as well, and now Nest should be taken by the Gosu crew as long as he picks up this kill, which he does. Total control. Let's game. It's going to be Gosu crew going
the pop-off, Dan. Look at these boys standing up, answering back after losing the last game that we saw as well. So a big comeback in that game from the Gosu crew. But you do have to feel for Fynd Gaming. They were looking comfortable in that previous game before the reset, but you have to give credit to Gosu crew. They took advantage of it.
I mean, a restart can affect both teams, right? It's not just the one team that's being affected. Yes, okay, maybe it was favorable, the reset happening for the Gosu crew, but they took the initiative, they took the advantage. We look at these stats.
Boy, oh boy, Dan. Wow. 20-8 coming out of Chorizo. That is a huge, huge stat line from him. Not too much to shout about on the other side of things, but a game like that is gonna win you games, isn't it?
It is going to win you games, as we just witnessed, and now it is Gosu crew are going to be 2-1 up in this series, and they threw the choke signals up as well. They're saying, oh, you choked that, but I think that's a little bit harsh after a reset to say there was choke. I mean, of course, we need to speak about the mindset of these players now. They were up in that game. They had to reset it. Yes, it happens. We've had it happen. It happens in all games, not just Halo. We've seen it in other titles as well when resets happen. How do you bounce back from that after you lose a game that potentially you feel like you're in a comfortable position?
Well, it's one of those situations, isn't it? You can spend the first 30 seconds to a minute of the next game thinking, you know, why have we had to reset this? You ask questions and you have that sort of negative attitude. The best players we see, you know, the likes of Optic Game, we talk about how robotic they almost are, and they don't get flustered by whatever emotional situation they might find themselves in, but we saw them lose that early battle in that game. We talked about how important that might be, and I just feel like from there it was an uphill battle, not only individually and as far as technical ability in Halo was concerned, but a mental game to find yourself close to winning a second game, to having a reset, and then going down at the start of that one. I mean, it's a tough pill to swallow.
It is, and actually the restart happened because one of the players who was winning, his controller, his own controller that he brings from home, was having a few issues. I mean, maybe you've been playing a little bit too much Halo recently, maybe you needed to get a new controller before the event, but either way, those are the things that go through the mind, and realistically, they don't need to be thinking about the reset, they need to be thinking about that game they just played. Why did we lose it? Now let's move on, and let's move into game number 4. We don't need to even remember what just happened. Let's reset this series, and let's say, let's win this.
Yeah, completely agree with you. As you say, last game now done, completely finished, irrelevant. Here is the series layout for people at home who might be watching as well. As we saw the first game there, went to the Gosu crew, but tied up by Fynd Gaming. Gosu crew, after a reset, an unfortunate situation for Fynd Gaming, they took game number 3. Now, Dan, we're moving into Coliseum, capture the flag, one of my favorite game types. And after the control that I saw coming in from the Gosu crew in that one, I've just got to feel they're going to close the series out here.
Well, Gosu crew have everything in their favor now. They have the momentum, they have the mind games, and they seem to have the teamwork. So I'm really excited to see what is going to happen from these boys. I think we're going to start things off. Well, I think we have to start things off actually with Chorizo after that game. What was it, 20 and 8?
20-10 and 8.
Plus 12. So let's see if he can do the same thing in Coliseum, capture the flag. potentially the last game of this series if the Gosu crew are able to pick this one up.
Yep, Juriso here going to be starting this one up by trying to help his teammate out to get those rockets. We're going to see kills traded across the board here. Should have an easy kill here on Gilkey, who was not looking at him use that DMR, but an early flag pull here going to be coming out of Fynd Gaming. It's going to be all up to Juriso to do some work here. Big beatdown on that player as well, and takes that player down to no shield. So Juriso doing work early on. Look at this Triton, comes in with the help, but Juriso pretty much has single-handedly stopped this flag.
Yeah, it does look like the flag has finally been stopped. On the other side, we have Triton, who is pushing.
And that's 4 dead as well, Dan.
Because he's got the sniper and rockets on the other side. I'm going to move across to him, see what he can find off spawn. He needs to be patient as this flag has been run. This should be a guaranteed cap, especially if he is hitting shots like that, as Brainstorm did actually fumble the flag whilst this was going on, but it's hard to go off Triton's point of view as he's hitting shot after shot. We will switch over just to see this flag going in, but it gets stopped. Triton now needs to push around and help his teammates, so it's going to be Juriso who's going to put it in.
Yeah, that's going to be 1-0 to the Gosu crew, and 2 flags away from winning the series as well. A strong start from them, and Juriso picking up where he left off in that game number 3 as we are into Coliseum. Capture the flag, beautiful shot, takes down Ferro as well. He's going to be a player flanking his base on the elbows. Dan, that position can be so difficult to keep track of those players who are flanking your base in that and looking for those little cheeky little corner pulls down low on the map.
It definitely can, and we now see Elite being rewarded by doing so, by getting a sniper rifle. When we saw the damage he did with sniper rifle in the Eden game earlier, unfortunately he does fall, and that sniper just falls into an abyss that you don't really want to happen. You want to make sure someone's able to pick it up, but I think Juriso might have found it somewhere falling through the ground. And now Gilkey's pushing around, trying to find a kill of his own, but Fynd already being down in this series. They're already down in this game, and their momentum and their heads, they need to be able to pick up. They need to get back into this one.
Yeah, it's now or never for these guys. They need to pick it up if they want to advance in the bracket. Stay in that winner's bracket. 2 kills are traded out. Ferro picks up another kill as well. Gilkey's going to have some defensive work to do here, and we're seeing 2 flags pulled at the same time here, Dan. The next set of kills that you see, they are so vital as we see 2 traded out. Gilkey picks up a big kill though, so Eli Elite might have an opportunity to get this one home. The return comes in as well, so Eli Elite going to be able to run this one home, and it's going to be tied up at 1-1. Yeah,
there was a lot on Gilkey as well on what he was doing in that opposition base. Picked up some really important kills, but his teammates getting the flag back was of course important, as now rockets are in the hand of Sneaky BR. So let's move across and see if he can pick up any important kills to get Fynd Gaming ahead in this game. That's an easy rocket to the backside of VTech, and now he can push into the rest of the base. Maybe find some spawners as well, as Sniper Rifle will be up very shortly. So he's just trying to control this for his teammates so someone else can grab it.
2 kills in succession there for Fynd Gaming, but he's just going to be playing this one nice and slow, just waiting for those players to push some of those choke points on the map. We talked about choke points, he does miss that rocket, but Gilkey's there to save his bacon, picks up 2 kills, sniper rifle popping at the same time. This is exactly the position you want to be in right now if you're Fynd Gaming. They had those rockets. Brand picks up a nice kill here. We got Gilkey set up with the sniper rifle. All he needs is one of his teammates to push in the base here, Dan, and try and get one of those flag pulls.
Yeah, and Sneaky BR is actually the man who is going to be doing so. And I like the support, but Gilkey can't find these kills. He needs someone else to help him out. They're all on low shields, but this flag is being moved by Sneaky BR. Is there anyone to stop it from Gosu crew? I don't know if there is. So that'll be them going 2-1 up now, unless we see a really big, stupid fumble, but we don't, thankfully. Now, Fynd Gaming really in this series, they're looking hot. I love the control that we've seen on this sniper rifle side of the map from them.
Yeah, very true. It seems like they've had such a strong presence. And not only just a presence, Dan, they've picked up so many vital slays that they should pick up on that side of the map, allowing them to push on the base. But we are seeing a pull come out here from that player. Sneaky behind is going to be Gilkey, who picks up the flag. He's trying to stop the flag. We're seeing both flags here. So this could be potentially the end of the game, depending on how this one goes. It looks like Gilkey and his teammates are going to get the flag return. That flag is still out. 2 kills do go down as well. Last player does get a clutch return, though. That could have been the series right there. But one of the players from the Gosu crew managed to clutch up when they needed to.
Yeah, that was really important. Otherwise, we were going to be looking at 2-2 and going into Game 5. But Ferro has found himself the rockets whilst that all happened. He clearly thought that that flag was dead, so he went up, he grabbed the rockets, but unfortunately, he's done nothing with them. And look at this push that we're seeing from Gosu crew now as they get 2, make that 3 down. But Eli is behind the enemy lines and he's able to pick up some big kills.
Yeah, he somehow managed to stay alive momentarily here. That's going to be 2 dead, though. Triton, as you can hear him in the background on the main stage here at DreamHack Denver. He's getting loud. It is going to be a player on the radar. Can they finish this kill? They can. Juriso doing work here for the Gosu crew. Teammates picking up kills when they need to. If he can just sneak around this corner, he's going to be no shield, but he's going to tie up the game at 2-2 next for flag wins.
Yeah, this is getting really intense now, and teams, I think, will slow this down ever so slightly because people are going to be a little bit nervous. But as I say that, Ferro is going to sneak into this base if he can get this kill, but he can't. Like, he needed to pick that one up. If he could have, there might have been something different for the team, but instead, we are going to be back to this stalemate, and we're going to be back to seeing teams trying to hold this sniper rifle side of the map because the new sniper should be spawning in about a minute. They'll be very aware of that coming up. They want to get it in their hands to try and push and win this game.
Yeah, not only that, the rocket launch will be popping as well, so both power weapons popping up around that 6-minute mark. Going to be so vital. VTech picks up a beat down there to take down Brand. We're going to be hopping over to Brand now as VTech picks up a double kill. He is going to be still alive as well. Eli and Brainstorm managed to trade out kills as well. Gilkey here going to be pushing towards the snipe side of the map again, and you can see both of these teams down there. I think they realize what's on the line here. For the guys on Fynd Gaming, they realize that they cannot afford one more cap, or their series is done. The Gosu crew know they are one flag cap away from winning the series. We can see the weapons coming up in 10 seconds down, and I feel like this is going to be the end of the game. Whoever can get control of those power weapons has the opportunity to take the game.
Yeah, really important, but Gilkey can't find that kill as well, so that means we're going to see Gosu crew running this one. It's actually VTech who's got it in his hands.
This could be the series right now.
He needs to be able to try and put this one in for his team.
Does get taken down at the last minute here. There is some players in position, and it's going to be Tryon who should pick up these slaves. He is going to take down this player, fires a rocket. Can he just finish this player off in the cave? I'm not sure if he actually was managed to be taken down, and he's doing such a good job of buying time. Does finally get that one down. Can he get the touch on this flag as well? There is a player in the base who managed to get a pull on his own flag. It's going to be Ferro, who's trying to take this player down to the corner, but he's going to be taken down as well. I think they managed to somehow get the return on that flag, Gaskin. What is happening in this game? They've managed to get this flag away.
They did, and Gilkey was actually able to get the flag out of the base as well, but now we see the slays coming from Gosu crew. But Sneaky Brand is being sneaky. He gets another touch, but I don't think it was necessary. It's pretty much a dead flag at this point, unless Gilkey can go absolutely huge with some grenades here. If he gets this, nah, not quite there. That would have been it. But now we're going to see the flag just be pulled by Ferro. They are desperate this every single time off spawn. They really want this. They want to finish this game off and get tied up in this series, but that flag is now bottom middle, so be well aware that Gosu crew are going to have eyes on that from every single angle, but a big double.
Big double kill coming in from Eli Elite, but that flag is finally going to be returned, so we're back to both flags being at home. Sniper Rifle does transfer over to the hands of Gilkey after that kill, however, so he's going to be set up here on the snipe side of the map, and last time we saw Gilkey set up in this area, Dan, he managed to do a bit of work, but this time he's going to be taken down. Ferro's trying to get a flag pull there, but VTech defensively playing in the back of his base does get that double kill, and he's going to allow his teammates now to push up onto that snipe side of the map.
I mean, can we just rewind a little bit and touch on the fact that Gosu crew had rockets, they had the flag in their base, but they still didn't manage to get this flag. That's going to start playing on their minds. That's when you start to see players say, why haven't we won this game at this point? As it seems like Fynd Gaming are the ones that are really taking the momentum to TGC. Gilkey has been doing so much all game at getting behind the team, getting these really annoying kills, and really being a nuisance.
Yeah, this game is poised beautifully as we enter the last 4 minutes of the game. We can see those rockets popping up as well. VTech going to pick up a kill, but traded out. And the amount of traded kills we've seen between these two teams is just testament to how evenly matched they seem to be. One player picks up a kill, then gets traded out. Rockets are going to be taken down, though. We're going to see one flag actually being pulled. I believe both flags could potentially be away. It's going to be Triton who's trying to get in the base here. The flag is going to be returned. Eli Elite's running this one rocket side. There might be an opportunity. He doesn't get his shields back. That could come back to bite him in the butt, but throws that one off to his teammate. This is going to be game, and it's going to be 3-2, and the series is tied up at 2-2 down.
And Gilkey lets every player know on the Gosu crew that they suck. Apparently, as
I'm
the
getting
noise
bobs as well
is
now.
getting
This
loud,
is going off.
I just want to start shouting too. This is great. This is Halo at its finest. I love the passion that we're seeing from both of these teams, and this series really deserves to be in a Game 5, Mark.
What else do we... I mean, this series has had it all, man. I'm loving the passion I'm seeing from these two sets of teams, but Dan, I don't want to, but we have to go back and visit what happened with that flag. How did they not cap it? I mean, they had full control. There was one player alive who was still alive in the cave. They had rockets, and they didn't manage to convert.
I mean, well, just you can see the stats on your screen and make that from what you will. But yes, rockets, whilst the flag was in their base, I can't remember which player exactly had the rockets, which is annoying. But
I think it was Jurizo, I've got to say.
When they had the rockets, they were too patient with them, and they were too scared to push in and try and finish that guy that was just hiding in the cave. And if they had have got it, then that was just comfortable. But unfortunately, it was Triton. Okay, so he picked up that last kill, but the fact that Fynd Gaming off spawn were able to just pump themselves consistently into that base and get that return was absolutely massive. And then from that point, they well and truly had the momentum. And wow, what a game, what a series. Go into a game 5 here and look how dejected the Gosu crew look right now.
They look exhausted, and we talk about momentum and emotion in the series. I mean, this series, as you can say, this clearly seems to be a bit of bad blood between these two teams, but you can see that was a devastating loss for them. That's one of those games, Dan, that you feel like you should have won, and to be honest with you, that opportunity to win the game was there for them, and then to lose the game, not even manage to clutch it up and manage to get another flag back. It's just got to be so devastating. And now we talked about how all of the momentum was with the Gosu crew. Now it's with Fynd Gaming.
It is with Fynd Gaming, and they look absolutely fired up. And I believe Game 5 is going to be Rig Team Slayer. So another one that does have the possibility to slow down if the teams allow it to slow down. But judging from the messiness that we've seen in games, this is going to be a very back and forth affair, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree. Of course, as we can see on screen right now, the Rig Slayer is going to be the decider for these two teams who have been so evenly matched. It's been a hell of a series so far. I'm expecting something special in this last game, Dan. Either a mistake or a beautiful piece of Halo is going to win this game for one of these teams. But a Game 5 as our first cast of the day, Dan. Who's going to win? Come on, let's do it right now. Who's going to win?
I'm with Fynd, I think. Judging from
the momentum, that's going to take them through?
I don't think it's just the momentum as well. It's just the individual slays that we've seen from every single player. They're all contributing to some really important matters of the game. We've seen Eli Elite just absolutely dominate with the sniper rifle and anything you put in his hand. Gilkey's been flanking and been a nuisance. Sneaky BR's been picking up all of the rockets, overshields, finding everything, and Pharaoh has been that objective dominator.
Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. Game 5 here at DreamHack Denver for the full season final. Slayer on the Rig is going to be your decider. Sniper rifle, and of course, that camouflage is going to be so vital. Fynd Gaming versus the Gosu crew. We're starting off with Gilkey here, and look at this. A beeline strike for that sniper rifle.
Yeah, straight for that sniper rifle indeed, but now he needs to position himself in an important place so that he can actually find kills and not be taken down. He's trying to help out his teammates here with these angles, but instantly he's had to back off, and whilst he's done so, Gosu crew have found 2 frags, and camouflage is also in their hands as well. So we'll see if Gilkey can find anything in the next maybe 10 seconds or so, otherwise we'll switch and to a bit more action in the game, as it looks like he is kind of being ignored by the Gosu crew at the moment. They do not want anything to do with this sniper rifle just yet. Instead, they are working their way around and trying to find more important frags early on.
Triton manages to pick up a kill here. Gilkey trying to finish this one off as well, but VTech is the player who has the camo, and he's the player that's making a push towards these barrels. 4-0 the score at the start of this one. Although the boys in blue have managed to get that sniper rifle, they haven't managed to get a kill on the board. Finally, they get a couple on the board, but it's going to be a kill finished off here. 7-2. The Gosu crew come out firing in this one, and look at this. Triton's found himself a sniper rifle. Now he's going to be trading positions with Gilkey, and he's going to find himself with all sorts of angles on this engine 2 area.
Now the advantage is you've got the sniper rifle in the same position, yes, but your team is currently leading, which means the other team has to come to you to try and get these frags, which means you are going to have a chance to really pick them off left, right, and center. But Triton actually is saying, I don't want to wait. I'm going to push in. I'm going to try and no-scope anything that gets in my way, and he does take down Pharaoh. He is killed for his aggressiveness, and the sniper rifle may have fallen into that fiery abyss there.
Yeah, that's one good thing to come out of that. Though he was taken down, did manage to get that weapon off the map, and it seems at the moment like the boys on the Gosu crew, they're feeling themselves right now. They're up by 6 very early in the game. However, do remember, as we hop back over to Gilkey, he's been playing so well. The players are getting loud on that main stage as well. Gilkey desperately trying to finish off that kill, doesn't actually manage to finish off that kill. So a fantastic job from that player to just stay alive, as Gilkey now pushes back in, and I mean, they just cannot seem to finish off any of these kills at the moment, Dan. And finally, Eli Elite does manage to get one, however.
One thing Fynd Gaming have been doing well is that flank. They've been getting right around and being a nuisance, but unfortunately it doesn't really work that well in Rig Slayer, because you allow your team, you put your team in a 3 versus 4 situation, and it means that the kills are too comfortable for the Gosu crew at the moment. But I really want to listen to what the Gosu crew are saying and what the communication is like in this team, because they're looking really dominant and they sound very fiery. So let's jump into an Astro listen-in with the Gosu crew.
Anyone live best live?
That's bunker.
Get me down. There's two there. Live up. 2 there.
Where?
What are you at? Where are you? Bunker. Eli's bunker.
You want it on me?
Okay, watch out.
What do you want, dude?
One second.
Wait, all do you want? Wait, he's E2. E2 now, E2 now.
Camel's running.
Really, two guys.
Camel's bunker. E2, one shot. Hey, live up. I'm nading. Dead. I'm dead from Camo. Camel's top pro. Double and Tristan got him. Stuck me.
There's a carbine on me, I need help.
Snipe, help Nick for snipe. We need this shit.
Yo, one hit, bomb nest, bro.
Guys, slow down, E2. We're not getting the snipe. We're not getting it. Alright, just ban it.
Yes.
Step on.
Right now.
Alright, snipe on. I died. They needed me. Snipe on right now. Snipe on. Sniping open field, live. I'm living, bro. Alright, literally slow this game down. Listen, slow this game down. Watch out, Eli! Look for Eli.
Nice. No, he's scattered, bro. He's got a weak top rail.
I'm weak.
He dropped, I think. Yeah, hit him with a nade. He's barrels or something.
Okay. Alright, I'm sewers now.
Barrels, one hit. Barrels, rafters.
No, shooters, round here with scattered. I'm behind him. These shots with scattered. One shot. Step on.
Push the barrels to Joey.
Okay. Step on, one shot. We're pushing. I love it. We get there. Watch out, Eli. One shot. There's two there. Base one shot. Sniping connector. Gilky weak. Push again. Last guy.
Push the connector.
I spell him. I don't see him.
I need help, bro. He's still here. He dropped.
Get shot. One shot. Dead. A2.
The barrels down.
Two dead.
Zigzag.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you ever wanted an example of a team who wants to win, listen to these call-outs from this team at the moment. They are screaming at each other. They want to finish this series off. It's 27-18, Dan, and the Gosu crew are taking over.
And some teams work like that, by screaming at each other. It gets the energy into their veins, the momentum's with them, and the passion's there. And honestly, it helps with your shot. I've been on teams like that. Getting loud and proud really helps win a game, to be honest. I mean, some teams are very different. They like to be quiet. They like to be very, taken back with, methodical with how they're thinking. Otherwise, they kind of lose the plot a little bit. But this Gosu crew team is really heating up. They've got an 8-kill advantage. Fynd need to do something special if they're going to get back into this one. It might be a power weapon, maybe a sniper rifle, maybe a camouflage can really change this for them.
Yeah, 7-kill differential here. Not too much of an impossible task, to be honest. Just the 7 kills. As you say, Dan, just get one of those weapons in your hands. Even a scatter shot at this point, just to win some of those close-range battles. We're going to see one player be taken down here, and look at this. I can hear them from the other side of the stage here. The Gosu crew are getting so loud here on the DreamHack Denver main stage. Eli picks up a kill of his own. Triton going to be taken down. It's going to be VTech who's going to be pushed here, but he does have teammates to support him on the barrel side here. So they're doing a good job of, even though they do have this lead, they're not getting carried away, but slowly but surely, their lead's been chipped away by Dan. Yeah,
it is. I mean, we're starting to see Fynd Gaming get slightly back into the map. But they're having to turtle back every time that they push in. If they don't pick up that initial kill, they back off, and they hope that they can push again as a 2 or a 3. But individuals need to start winning these fights. They need to start winning them now, as it's just a 5-kill difference, as actually Fynd Gaming were able to get behind the Gosu crew, and now they have control, and that sniper rifle's coming up very short.
Yeah, and a perfect time we talked about before the series started, how important the round of slays is before power weapons and power-ups come up. Fynd Gaming just won it with a fantastic push. It was Eli Elite who took down 2 players to open up the map for his teammates. Sniper rifle is ready as well. And look at this. I love what I'm seeing from Sneaky Brand, because he's repositioned himself here for that camouflage. Eli's going to pick up another one. Pops up on this player in the white corner, takes him down as well. We have a 4-kill game here. This one's going down to the wire, Dan.
Yeah, starting to get a little bit closer, and Gilky's managed to get his hands on a sniper rifle as well. He's very aware the other team know that he has picked it up, so that's why he's hiding bottom middle. But he just needs to put it in his back pocket and find kills with his team. They're now only 3 behind, and now momentum's starting to swing because of that one big push, because they have the sniper rifle. But Gosu crew find 3 kills, and now we need to see Gilky go massive here.
And not only that, they managed to steal away with a camouflage as well. It's going to be VTech who managed to get away with that one. I'd like to go over to him, because he is pushing aggressively on the carbine. He wants to finish this game off sooner rather than later. Dritzo follows him in on this push. All these players are going to be weak here. Gilky manages to land a no-scope somehow to take that player down. One player going to be traded out, but the one thing you didn't want VTech to pick up, if you were on Fynd Gaming, is that scatter shot. Now he is going to be lethal around this map.
This might be curtains now for Fynd Gaming. We see the scatter shot, we see the camo, we see the sniper rifle, all the goodies in the back pockets. And actually, VTech needs to stay alive, but he's given away. And now 7 kills in it. We move across to Triton, who actually does pick up a big kill with his sniper rifle. He wants to stay alive as well. But I think Fynd Gaming will be more than, Gosu Crew will be more than happy with this being messy, because they can just take 1 kill for 1 at the moment, and then they should win this.
Just need to trade this game out. VTech has a flank on this player, E2 as well, but a player is going to be T1, who's going to take him down. Fynd pick up 2 kills here to bring this back to a 6-kill game. Triton going to be chilling on the carbine side here, waiting for his teammates to come off the respawn. I like what I'm seeing there, because that just means that at least he can be in a position. Brainstorm! picks up a beautiful headshot there and gets loud about it. 3 kills here to go for the Gosu crew to close the series out. 4 bullets left in the chamber. Can Brainstorm finish this one off?
Yeah, the only thing Fynd can do now is slow down, stay away from this sniper rifle, win one push, get control, get the sniper rifle in their own hands, and then play absolutely flawlessly. But that is a lot to do in a game of Halo, especially on Rig Slayer, which can be so fast, because Gosu crew, they're looking for blood now. It's just one more kill needed to take this series. And there it is! Gosu crew stand up. They let them know who's boss as they take Game 5. And it's a 3-2 victory for the Gosu crew here.
What a series here at DreamHack Denver. What a start to my first cast of the day, down to Game 5, and a crazy Game 5 it was as well. But it is the Gosu crew who managed to close out the series, and it is Brainstorm, the man, with a big performance in that game, Dan. But all across the board, solid performances from the Gosu crew when it mattered.
And maybe a little bit of a closer game than we should have expected. I think Gosu crew potentially were thinking that might have been a little bit more comfortable. But in the end, they do get the victory, and that is all that matters, Golden Boy.
Yeah, what a match.
Hey, Alex.
Hey, buddy.
How you doing, bud?
I've been here the whole time. Little do you know, I happen to sit here and sniff Gaskin the whole
There's absolutely
whole way
no way you can stay quiet for that long.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
that's
Just-
actually-
That's true.
That's a fact.
I
You
did
guys-
enjoy the thigh massages that I
Yeah.
got, though, so thanks.
Yeah, no problem, buddy.
Okay,
no
great.
problem.
I'm glad.
Wow, what a match.
Yeah.
You know, it was filled with drama. You know, one thing I always appreciate, though, despite the trash talk, players still get up, shake hands at the end of the day, because there was a lot of it.
There was a
I
lot
think
of it, man.
my boy Gilkey got up for a moment, was like, "You suck,
Yep.
you suck, you suck." I love that kind of stuff. Those are the things that memes are made of. All right, so we have here the Carnage Report. Brainstorm with a solid performance, 16 kills, 9 deaths on his side. Eli, though, 17 and 13. You know, they just couldn't get anything going at the tail end of that game. They were down, what, by 4 or 5, I believe, and then at that point, they just lost control on Rig.
They kept making like little comebacks in the game. They kept picking up 2 or 3 kills, but they just couldn't capitalize on that next rotation. They allowed the opposition to just sneak out of spawn, and they weren't ever in real map control. As I say, they made some good pushes, but when you get 2 or 3 deck on a map like the Rig and you have the opportunity to then convert that into 4 or 5, 6, 7 kills without response, that's what the best teams do. They weren't doing that. They weren't quick enough to get across the map to pin those players into spawn. So I think that's where they lost the game. I think that was where things changed in the middle period. I think the Gosu crew did that for around 10 kills or so, and that was pretty much what won them the game.
Yeah, one thing I do want to talk about was the insanity that was Coliseum Capture the Flag, game
boy.
number 4. You know, for our viewers who may be joining us for the first time, when you have the rocket launcher, typically that means that you might win. You know, you might find some success. I saw that situation. They had flag on their side. They took the enemy flag. They had it on their side of the map. They had the rocket launcher. It had full control, and they just lost it and gave Gosu crew that momentum to come back into the game, Gaskin.
Yeah, Triton had the rocket launcher, but he was too slow. He felt the weight on his shoulders, and
Yeah.
I feel like he panicked. He knew he could win the game single-handedly there by
Yeah.
pushing into the cave, picking up that kill, turning around and finding another player pushing from sniper. But instead, he was so worried about these players pushing from sniper rifle that he waited and said, I don't want to die, I don't want to lose these rockets, because if I lose the rockets, then it's my
Yeah.
fault. But by taking that time, it allowed the spawn from Fynd Gaming to keep
From Fynd,
pushing,
yes.
and they were able to get the return on the flag. It was pretty nuts.
Yeah, but even though he managed to get a touch on the flag, even though he didn't play the rockets well, I still have no idea how in that time his teammates coming off the respawn didn't manage to convert that flag. You know, there's 4 of them. The flag was basically in their base. All they had to do was pick up
All Gosu crew had to do was grab
2
that
kills.
flag. It was right in front of him.
But sometimes that's the problem. You get so focused
It's too
on
simple,
the flag
yeah, you're right.
that you ignore the fact there are 4 players shooting at you, and you're just going, yeah, let's get oh, it's gone, and you're dead.
It's true. Sometimes you tend to trickle on like lemmings, and then at that point, it's just a wrap. You know, like you lost it before you even knew it. Fynd Gaming, though, man, way to show that resiliency in that situation, because a lot of teams would have crumbled in that position, but they never stopped. I was sitting in the crowd talking to some of the folks, and everyone was like, oh, yeah, it's a wrap. It's over. And then we went to game 5. But again, credit, though, to Gosu crew for being able to keep themselves together in game 5 and really dominate the Rig here. Do you see Gosu crew going far in this tournament?
I mean, judging from seeds, I was maybe expecting a little bit more from Gosu crew in that game, but we saw Gosu crew at Atlanta perform very well, and looking from what I've seen, if they can show the dominance that we just saw in Rig Slayer with their individual performances, they were winning a lot of individual battles. If they can combine that with the cohesion we saw on other maps, then potentially, yes, potentially we could see Gosu Crew get pretty far. But they need to have a long, hard think about some of those games. I know you can't really watch them back unless you can somehow watch the stream back or something, but just have a little talk about what went wrong, what went right, and what you need to do differently going into Winners Bracket Round 4.
Yeah, it's for Gosu Crew, lots of potential. They just got to be able to tighten it up. Fynd, they're going to be dangerous in the lower bracket, so be on the lookout for them. But we are giving away some stuff here, guys. As you know, we're giving away an Xbox One X, you know, the new hotness that's going to be dropping. But we're also giving away some rec packs. That's right. It's going to be Fall DreamHack as a code. All you got to do is go to halo.gg, enter it in there. You get yourself a free rec code. You know, maybe a cool helmet, a cool skin, right? There's some awesome skins that are out there. I'm a bit of a skin connoisseur myself in Halo 5.
I'm looking forward to the United Kingdom skin.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm
I actually, I
can't wait to teabag you with that.
Okay, well, now I'm going to have the United States skin, the flag, and then at that, whenever I shoot you, you're getting hit with freedom. You understand that,
but
right?
the only difference is gone, but you have to hit me first. So I'm pretty good at that.
You're the worst. All right, well, I believe we have an interview ready to go down on the floor with the one and only Strong Sci for our Xfinity post-match interview.
Yes, we do. Thank you, Alex. And I'm here with VTech from the Gosu Crow, my man. Series. Absolutely incredible series. Game 4, CF. You guys had the flag coming back. I mean, what happened there? You guys kind of fumbled it.
I was running it back, and we just didn't watch the right cutoffs. And then once we died running it, we didn't bait the flag. We desperated, and they got free kills, and then ran a counter and almost ended the game.
But then you guys came back, and it was Game 5. And we all know what happened there. What do you think was the turning point in Game 5 to really kind of give you guys that leeway to be able to just go off?
Brainstorm, he was doing good that series. He clutched it up with the snipe at the end. He had three or four snipes. He was outgunning people. That was Game 5.
Would you say that Brainstorm, he's like the go-to sniper of your team, or is he the guy that's always picking it up?
We all grab it. It just depends who's in a position to grab it. We have faith in all of us. We can all snipe. We can all do everything.
All right, you're moving forward. I think you guys are going to be playing against a European team. How do you feel going up against one of them?
I think we're going to win that series.
Feeling confident. Just, he thinks he's going to win. You're taking it that easy.
Yeah, I'll call it right now. We played the number 2 Euro team at Atlanta, and we won, so I don't think they're that good.
Some fighting words. Well, all right, before we toss this back to the desk, I do have a question. This involves Golden Boy over there and Onset. If those two casters were to 1v1, which caster's winning this match off here?
I got Onset because he looks confident.
Oh, okay. Look, you heard it there. I mean, we've seen Golden Boy's gameplay. I got to tell this guy to stay alive every single time. Like, he just wants to jump out and die. I don't understand it, but I agree with you. Good luck in the rest of the tournament. Golden Boy, actually, Bronze Boy,
easy.
Back to you.
What?
Easy.
How are you going to just insult me like that?
DQ.
Weak side?
Easy.
Unbelievable. And what do you
It's not even a question.
You're
like,
washed up. You have no hair. Neither do I. But still, you have less than I do in it because I have beard. I have a beard.
You mad?
Yeah, I am.
You triggered?
Yeah, I'm so
Would you like to
disappointed
settle
right
it over a 1v1?
Please, I mean, I'm going to have to
Scrabble 1v1.
I'm going to
All
have
right,
to
I'm
stop
down.
this.
Yeah, we
no,
can do
no,
it.
I'm going to have to stop this before it gets out of control.
I have
think.
the best words.
So
Okay.
if Strongside was right, that means the Gosu Crew are going up against Vexed in Winners Bracket Round 4. He said a European team, and we saw XL fall, so it's got to be Vexed. So that sounds pretty juicy to me.
Yeah,
Juicy.
that's going to be a close one.
Okay, I like the choice of words there. Your outfit's juicy.
Yeah, it is.
Girl, just
Thank
crushing it. You know, hit him with the S. Hit him with the S. All right,
no part in this broadcast anymore.
well, I couldn't think of a better transition than to thank our friends over at BenQ. Okay, here we go. The official monitor sponsor of the Halo Pro League Finals here at DreamHack Denver. Thank you so much for supporting the Halo Championship Series and all that you guys do. And you know, I know that for a lot of the players at home, this is you know what they choose to game on. You want to play on the tournament-ready equipment, which is very important. That being said, we do have some good matches coming up here, guys. It was a pleasure to have you here on the desk. I love you guys very much.
Thank you, dude.
Even
You're
though
okay.
even though you're just slinging insults my way, I don't really.
We love you too. It was
You
difficult.
know, it's like I haven't done a Halo event in a couple months. I come back and it's just roast.
We just need to remind you of the hierarchy of Halo.
It's just
You've
you know,
fallen now.
the
Golden
law of the
Boy.
jungle out here, Alex.
You guys, I hate him so much. Okay, well, that being said, we're going to go to a quick break. You guys saw it there pop up at the bottom there. It's going to be Atria United going up against Doze. Now, just a reminder for our friends at home.